Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a very sold-out Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the New York Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. A nice little gift there to start the ball game as they will begin things at the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Room here to run. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Back to Mixon on first down. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is taken in by Hurst. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
12.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now Burrow on first down. Steps away to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Jets are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
2nd and 7 from the 20. first carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Hall. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go, here we go. Twelve.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Down inside the 10. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst, 26 yards. And the Bengals will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 1, ready? 11 mighty. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
First down. Here's Burrow. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Carl Lawson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they do so in possession of the lead now thanks to the effort of their defense. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They're passing here. Joe Burrow forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mixon with a first down carry. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. 27 yards there, a first down.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here we go.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
12.
From the 27, Burrow. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Through 1 quarter, 9-7 our score.
Here we go.
Mixon. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Mixon again, trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On 1, right?
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
11.
Now receiver in motion left.
11. 11 Thomas.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. In motion right here, Boyd. 3rd and goal, Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes this a 9-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Throwing on 2nd down, Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. This is taken at the 15. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bengals take over, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
11 MT, 11 MT. 11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Play action. Now Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Wilson will throw again. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up. On third down, Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin from 21 yards away. And the Jets have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and
that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 69 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
They'll give it to Mixon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here we go. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't...
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have it here just past the 25.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
On first and 10, Joe Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. bulldozes past him. There he goes right side. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 74 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McPherson on for the point after. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, 74 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Wilson. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Taken at the goal line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going.
11 coming.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
From the 24, Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up second down.
On one, ready? 11.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
12. Gotta go.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he bulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the night. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
I'm one, ready?
First down. Here's Burrow to Mixon on the check down. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Now Burrow on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Mixing up the middle. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 3rd down, Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On one, right?
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
11 MT,
Another try for Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th. McPherson now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore. To throw again is Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done. And
got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. C.J. Uzama. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Wilson going to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Burrow. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall from 13 yards out. And the Jets have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. Carl Lawson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
If they're able to come back to tie or win this game, I think this is a play that we're going to look back on as the game changer. They really changed the tone and what the opposition wanted to do when they're trying to run some time off the clock and add to its lead late in this contest.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
11 Thomas. 11. 11 Thomas.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, He got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Now it's Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 43. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they take a knee. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.